Hollywood is full of near misses and what could have been moments. Imagine if Neo wasn't Keanu Reeves or Captain America wasn't Chris Evans. Believe it or not, many career-defining roles almost went to completely different actors before fate, or the actors themselves, stepped in and said, "No thanks." Let's dive into 15 times A-list actors turned down massive roles, how those decisions reshaped cinematic history, and what it tells us about timing and intuition in Hollywood. Let's start with one of the most famous what-ifs in movie history. Will Smith was offered the role of Neo, but declined it because, and I quote, "I didn't fully understand the script." Instead, he starred in Wild Wild West, which was...
Oh, so what, you the one supposed to give me my whooping, huh? Oh, well, hell, I got one of those.
Well, let's just say it wasn't his best move. Meanwhile, Keanu Reeves stepped in as Neo, and The Matrix went on to revolutionize sci-fi cinema. Smith later admitted he might not have done the role justice, but hey, he still had Men in Black and Independence Day under his belt. Sean Connery, the original James Bond, was Peter Jackson's first choice for Gandalf. Connery turned it down, famously saying he didn't understand the script. Imagine reading, "You shall not pass," and thinking, "Nah, I'll skip it." Ian McKellen stepped into the role and delivered an unforgettable performance that's now etched into cinematic history.
Smeagol, he was once called, before the ring found him.
Connery reportedly regretted passing on the trilogy, especially after seeing its massive success at the box office. Emily Blunt was Marvel's first choice for Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, but a scheduling conflict with Gulliver's Travels forced her to say no. Scarlett Johansson then stepped in and turned the role into one of the MCU's most iconic characters.
We need you to come in.
Are you kidding? I'm working.
This takes precedence.
I'm in the middle of an interrogation. This moron is giving me everything.
While Blunt may have missed out on Marvel, she found her niche with powerhouse roles in A Quiet Place and Edge of Tomorrow. Imagine turning down a role in what became the highest-grossing film of all time. That's exactly what Matt Damon did when he passed on Avatar.
Outstanding.
Damon cited scheduling conflicts and the long production process as reasons for declining James Cameron's offer. The role eventually went to Sam Worthington, and Avatar broke every box office record imaginable. Damon later joked, "That was the dumbest career move I've ever made." In the 80s, Molly Ringwald was Hollywood's sweetheart, fresh off hits like The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles.
Can I call you later?
Sure.
When she was offered the lead role in Pretty Woman, she turned it down, finding the script too dark. Julia Roberts took the part, and it became a career-defining role, turning Roberts into one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Meanwhile, Ringwald's career slowed significantly after the 80s. Before Chris Evans became the face of Captain America, John Krasinski auditioned for the role. Although Krasinski didn't land the part, he later joked that seeing Chris Hemsworth walk by in Thor's costume made him question his fitness level. Evans eventually became the moral center of the MCU, while Krasinski later found his Marvel moment as Reed Richards in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four.
Michelle Pfeiffer was offered the role of FBI agent Clarice Starling but declined, fearing the film's dark and disturbing themes. Jodie Foster stepped in, and her performance earned her an Oscar for Best Actress.
Screaming. Some kind of screaming, like a child's voice.
Pfeiffer didn't exactly lose out, though. She went on to shine as Catwoman in Batman Returns. Leonardo DiCaprio was Paul Thomas Anderson's first choice for Boogie Nights, but he turned it down to star in Titanic. Mark Wahlberg stepped into the role of Dirk Diggler and earned critical acclaim.
You are fired! You know what? I'm the biggest star here, man. That's the way it is!
While Wahlberg's dramatic career took off, Titanic made DiCaprio a global sensation, so it's safe to say Leo made the right call. Al Pacino turned down the role of Han Solo because he, and I quote, didn't get the script. George Lucas offered the part to Harrison Ford, who went on to become one of the most recognizable faces in cinema history. Pacino stuck to his forte gritty dramas like The Godfather and Scarface.
You want to play games? Okay. I'll play with you. Come on.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Before Daniel Craig took over as 07, Hugh Jackman was offered the role of James Bond. Jackman turned it down, fearing typecasting after already committing to Wolverine. Craig redefined Bond for a new generation, while Jackman's Wolverine became equally iconic in the superhero genre. Mel Gibson turned down Gladiator, allowing Russell Crowe to take on the role of Maximus. Crowe's performance won him an Oscar and revitalized the swords and sandals genre.
Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance.
Gibson, meanwhile, focused on directing The Passion of the Christ, proving he didn't need to act to leave a mark. Sandra Bullock was considered for Trinity, but she felt she wasn't cool enough for the role. Carrie-Anne Moss proved otherwise, bringing a steely edge and vulnerability to Trinity.
Morpheus, the line was traced, I don't know how.
I know. They cut the hard line. There's no time. You're going to have to get to another exit.
Bullock went on to dominate rom-coms and eventually won an Oscar for The Blind Side. Jack Nicholson turned down the role of Michael Corleone, believing a role in The Godfather wasn't right for him. Al Pacino took the part and delivered one of the most iconic performances in cinema history.
After we make the move to Nevada, you can break off from the Corleone family and go on your own.
Nicholson later admitted it was a wise decision, as Pacino brought a unique depth to the role. Tom Selleck was Spielberg's first choice for Indiana Jones, but his Magnum PI contract prevented him from accepting. Harrison Ford stepped in and turned Indy into a cinematic legend. Selleck found success on TV, but Indiana Jones, that's Ford's legacy.
Too bad the Jovitos don't know you the way I do, Belloc.
Burt Reynolds reportedly turned down both Han Solo and James Bond, dismissing the genres as silly. Those roles went on to make Harrison Ford and Sean Connery, later Roger Moore, household names. Reynolds focused on Smokey and the Bandit, but it's hard not to wonder what could have been.
Oh, I love your suits.
Hollywood is all about timing, instinct, and a little bit of luck. These actors said no to roles that became cultural touchstones, proving that even the biggest stars don't always get it right. Which of these missed opportunities surprises you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes Hollywood stories. Until next time, keep dreaming big, because you never know when the right role might come your way. Stay curious and keep it classy.